Here we are, Sports Talk with Gary. We did not think we were going to be on this weekend with Gary and Noah, but we are because there have been some big happenings here with Philly sports and sports in general. So we're going to pause on the big news of the day because even bigger is we have to give some Greek laurels. We have to give some kudos, some accolades to someone in this room right now who said that Spain had the better team, the better talent, and we're going to win the whole thing. And that was Noah. Noah said that Spain was taking it all. So, Noah, I know you watched. Give me a little bit of your reaction going through that World Cup final and how I know you knew Spain was going to win. That was your call. But how exciting was that game?
So, it was very exciting, Nick. The Argentina goalkeeper, he was amazing, but so were the Spain defenders, right? And it was,
Absolutely.
they were, even you look at the possession, and Spain was just, over the charts. And, like, the crazy thing is, it's blowing up on social media, like Yamal and Messi, how Yamal was a baby, and Messi's, 20 at that time, and, like, you know?
Well, yeah, I think the idea of Messi, I think that's going to come up a little bit later in what we talk about. But the thing I found so interesting about that game is, well, there was two things. First, that was quintessential soccer. What we have gotten in the World Cup was a lot of multiple score games, big back and forths, a lot of kind of like keeping the game fair, and what I saw in that final was a true soccer game where one team outmaneuvered another team to win by a little. And that was all the little bit they needed to be the champs. So
Yeah.
it was super exciting to I'm like any other American, I think, where I want to see lots of scores, lots of goals, fights. That's why we have all these different sports here. But to see a game so pure to then say, this is our finals. Yeah, we'll let you have a big halftime show. We'll let you have all these pyrotechnics, but we're going to keep the sport to what it's supposed to be and to be pure. And that was kind of neat. Again, I was a little bored at times. It's a long game, not a lot of stoppage, but it was really exciting to watch two teams that were fairly evenly matched really have at it.
Yeah.
So my next question for you, Noah, is I have never seen so much bad blood in a soccer game before. These guys were ready to throw down in the middle of the game, not to mention what happened. Like when the game ended, I went outside. I was like, okay, that's it. Like I don't watch the Super Bowl when they're celebrating unless it's the Eagles. What did you think about how fierce these guys were playing because they were ready to tear each other's throats out? Did you think that was
Yeah.
normal? Did you think that was just because of the World Cup?
I mean, personally, it might have been because of the World Cup, and, you're absolutely right. I remember one play, the Argentina striker actually got a red card, and he got sent off.
Right.
And for Argentina, I mean, yeah, they want to play aggressive, but, you don't wanna get too much red cards where then you're down players and you start losing by a ton. And I think that's one small reason why Spain kinda took advantage, because especially for Argentina's formation, they were running a 4-3-3, and running a 4-3-3 is really important because it's triangle, so, you could play a lot of passing in the game, and one other reason was because now they can't yeah, they had a balance, but, with their striker off, now they just have 2 wingers, and they're trying to, turn it into strikers and just try to score.
It's not like American football where there's three guys that can play that position waiting, right?
Yeah.
So that part, that part I get. I was watching these guys play as hard as they could, and then you get a red card. And I think there was probably, I'm going to say 10 minutes left before extra time. Is that what you call it? Additional time, extra time, downtime,
Extra
waiting,
time.
extra
Yeah.
time. Uh, there was probably 10 minutes left, and they were down a player. And I was like, shoot, like, could you imagine being in like an NHL hockey power play for 10 minutes?
Mhm. For sure,
Like,
yeah.
it's crazy. Then, then as the 10 minutes were starting to tick down, I'm watching Messi start. Now, first of all, Messi is a generational player, right? He's going to be one of those names that goes down as like people's Mount Rushmores of soccer. But I'm
Maybe the
watching,
greatest of all maybe the greatest of all time when it's all said and done.
right. So I'm watching him in maybe his last game. You know, right? Who knows? And
That's World Cup game, yeah.
for sure. And I'm watching him and I'm like, it's starting to feel like we're orchestrating Messi to save the game and score a goal to tie it. Whenever Spain scored, it felt like either one of two things happened. Either Messi is the type of generational, incredible player and leader to put the whole team on his back and go down a man and start working and getting towards the net and scoring. That is
Yeah.
that is probably the case, but my American conspiracy theory brain started going, "Oh, this is all work. Oh, Messi's going to score, and it's going to be tied, and then they're going to go all this extra time, and then you cannot end the World Cup in a tie, right? I assume you can't.
Uh,
You cannot, right?
Can't.
Thank you.
'Cause
So
it would be regular full time, and then if it's still tied, they go into extra time, and then if it's still tied, it goes into the
extra time.
pressing PKs, penalty kicks.
Okay, right. So like I
And
thought,
he thought Nick Noah thought that during the game he said, if it goes to penalty kicks,
Argentina has the
that's
favor.
that's advantage Argentina.
Yeah.
okay, that I didn't know, but I really felt like that's where we were leaning. And then as the I thought it was wrestling. I thought they were like, okay, now Messi's going to score, and then it's tied, and then we'll do penalty kicks, and like probably you'll have a guy like Messi score the final penalty kick and win the whole thing and get carried off the field, and you know
Yeah.
people are throwing flowers and stuff like that. It didn't. Of course, that didn't happen because I'm just an idiot. Um, but then like there's something about that extra time. There's something about with soccer where it ended and you were like, "Oh, oh that's oh that oh it's over." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, maybe it was because I didn't have a team, right? I didn't have a dog in the fight. Like maybe if US was in it and the clock ran out, I'd be freaking out and jumping on the couch and like Tom
Yeah.
Cruise on the Oprah show, like I'd be like just losing it. But I kind of it felt anticlimactic. Noah,
Yeah.
did you think the ending of that game was a good culmination of what we wanted to see out of the World Cup in the US?
Now, it kinda caught me off guard because I thought Spain and Argentina, like, it was gonna be a battle. I was expecting more goals
You wanted a
from both
bloodbath.
sides. Well, and part of that is because, well, 1, like, the Argentina goalkeeper, he was amazing, and gotta admit, and 2, like, Spain's defense was locked down, and, like, they were locking up Messi, and Messi didn't have, like, a lot of touches. And I think that's part of which why Argentina didn't get as many shots. And there was one point I saw in the game, and it showed the shots, and it was like 10-0 Spain, and I was like, "Whoa," you know? And they were just rocking them,
You know that
and it
that
kind of
reminds me, I feel like the coaching and I feel like the team for Argentina went into this World Cup final like the Eagles went into their last Super Bowl against the Chiefs and Saquon Barkley.
yeah,
And they're like, "Look, obviously he's important and we're going to try and get him involved. But we know they're going to be crazy about covering him up and locking him down. And so we're just going to go. the other way. Now, it
Yeah.
worked out better for the Eagles than it did for Argentina, but it really feels like they knew he was like a casualty that they were willing to give up for their younger guys.
Nick, I got to say quick on the World Cup. I thought actually it was in my opinion, um, and I don't know soccer the way Noah does or a lot of other soccer people, but U.S. story aside of the U.S. team, I thought this was a very, very productive and great World Cup because there was so much star power, whether it's Messi, whether it was
Jamal.
Mbappe, whether it
Ronaldo.
was Ronaldo, whether it was Yamal from Spain, who's only 19.
Yep.
There was great goaltending. There was just a lot of star power and a lot of great soccer. And even I watched a third place game between England and France.
Yeah.
And I going into that, Nick, I was like, oh, third place game. Like, who cares, right? You're playing for third place. And maybe, but that was one of the best soccer games you'd ever see. I think it ended like 6-5 and Mbappe had 3 goals. So I to me, it was a really great World Cup because of the star power and just, great soccer overall, I thought.
Good. Now, did you guys watch the halftime show?
I
I,
did not.
I didn't know.
I did. And I think it was a mistake to do so because I really felt like I was like, cool, we're in the US. We treat halftime shows like they're a big deal, right? Super Bowl halftime shows are huge. And this is the World Cup final. It's in the US. And I think it's the first time they've ever done a halftime show for the World Cup. And it was ridiculous. It starts with Madonna. Noah, do you know who Madonna is? No, of course you don't. Because Madonna is a 67-year-old New York white woman who sings and dances provocatively. And I didn't know it was Madonna because the Madonna I know was in A League of Their Own. All right. She was singing like a virgin, like she was a star. This was not that Madonna. This was some old lady who looked good for being an old lady that can afford to look good as an old lady. But that is not going to attract a new crowd to soccer. That is not going to help you here in the US. Like they made a mistake. And then I think
For the record, Nick, my first concert was Madonna after I went to a Phillies game at the Vet. I crossed the street at the Spectrum, and my brother and I, we snuck into a Madonna concert.
okay, well, at least you snuck in.
But that was 1989 Madonna.
Right, right. That's what I mean. That
Right.
was a very different Madonna, Gary.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
who else came out? Then you had Justin Bieber come out. I mean, okay. Like, you know who Justin Bieber is, right, Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a little better. And then Shakira, which is international. So, okay. Let's get international on its World Cup.
I can see why they brought Shakira out because she has a lot of like soccer music, I feel like. I could see why they did that.
Yeah, that was safe. No, good, because your dad's right there. Yeah, I can see why they brought Shakira out as well. Those hips don't lie. Sorry, but they don't. Who else did they have out there? Bieber, Madonna, Shakira. And there was somebody else. I was like, what is this? What? Oh, well, then there was K-pop. That was actually smart. Okay. I guess my only rib is with the Madonna thing. I was like, no, nobody watching this World Cup, nobody playing in this World Cup knows who Madonna is. Maybe Messi. Maybe Messi. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah. Like,
He's got old, so.
yeah, right. So
Did she sing Don't Cry for Me, Argentina?
she did not. That would have been a mistake because it was only halftime. So maybe she came out after. All right, listen. So I won't harp about the halftime show. They did a halftime show. It was not as much of a production as like your Super Bowl halftime show because your World Cup fan base worldwide is not really prepared for that. Like I think they're just like get up and walk away from the television or socialize. And we're like, no, stay and look at the box. But Madonna's weird. The rest of them were fine. Not my thing. Like K-pop's not my thing. I'm a 45-year-old man. And Justin Bieber's not my thing. Same reason. But Madonna, that's weird. It's totally weird. And I don't understand why they went that direction. I feel like there was 1,000 different things you could have done and younger talent you could have done. So, okay, I won't harp on the halftime show. But did we see the fight after? Did you guys see the
Meaning,
brawl after the World Cup was over?
did you?
Oh, so these guys were scrumming it up like hockey players throughout the game. Like it was tense this entire game. But after the game, when they're doing like they were carting out the stage, they put Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman up on the stage, give them the Lombardi Trophy. They're hauling stuff out onto the middle of the field to like celebrate Spain's win, and the guys start fighting. And there's videos all over the internet of these guys like brawling. Now brawling like soccer players brawl. You know what I mean? They
It's
don't
not
use their
like hockey.
hands. Right.
Right.
They're like hitting shoulders together and bumping chests and stuff. But they were like, I mean, I was watching some, I was scrolling through some news articles about it and stuff on social media, and they're like, this is way out of line for soccer. Like it might be because we were in America. What are you saying, Noah?
I'll say this, Nick, and I think I know what our next topic's gonna be. Now,
for sure.
I know training camp.
Oh.
Essentially, everybody reports on Monday for physicals. The Eagles report for physicals on Monday. I thought that would be the headliner going into the weekend.
No, sir.
That all changed Friday afternoon, around noon, 11:30ish, when we found out LeBron James is a Philadelphia 76er.
Now, I want to give you just one thing I thought when I read these. The first thing I thought. So Cullen brings it to me. He showed me on his phone. We're out because it was Jameson's 19th birthday today. So we were out in
Congrats to Jameson.
right, yeah, 19, bro. Like taller than me, better looking than me. We're getting there. He's just a better version of me. We're out
Always
in New
want your
Hope.
kids to do better than you.
That's all we want, dude.
That's it.
We're in New Hope, Pennsylvania. We're getting ready to get on these rail bikes. So it's like a 4-seater kind of pedaling sit down thing on the Pennsylvania Railroad, on an active railroad, and you kind of go a couple miles up and a couple miles back. It was really, really, because it was a gorgeous day. And we're on our way there, and Cullen's showing me this thing, and I said, Cullen, listen to me. That says LeBron James is signing. He is signing. He has not signed yet. So I understand. Listen, I've been in this town long enough. All right. We saw Frank Gore. We've seen others. Let's get pen to paper before we start getting premature on this thing. But naturally, we all have thoughts. So because you started it, Gary, I want to hear what you think about LeBron James potentially being a Philadelphia 76er now that we're so close and it's getting pretty odds on that it's happening.
Yeah, well, the fact that the Sixers, I got an email from the Sixers today selling the LeBron jersey. It's a done deal. Look, Nick, everybody's got a difference of opinion.
Wait, Gary. Can we talk about that off podcast a little bit? We're gonna need some contacts. We're gonna need you to call in a favor or two and get some down here.
I mean, I'm just saying they're selling LeBron jerseys.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Hit me.
But no, Nick, look, I mean, everybody's gonna have a difference of opinion. I think most people are gonna go with my opinion, but I could be wrong. I love it. I love it because they haven't had a parade since '83. They haven't been to the finals since 2001. They haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals since 2001. Is LeBron James the best player in the league right now? No, but he's still a top 10 player. He brings a championship pedigree. And I think he's going to really help this team. I think, look, could the Sixers win a championship? I think they're in the mix. They have a chance. Nobody thought the Knicks were going to win the championship this year. I think they have a chance, and I'm not even sure it's going to be LeBron James that puts them over the hump. I think it's going to be Jaylen Brown that could put them over the hump.
I agree with that.
But LeBron James is going to really help this team with his leadership, his championship pedigree. He's still a top 10 player in the league, and wherever he's gone, Nick, like, okay, He won multiple championships in Miami. Then he goes to Cleveland and he wins one. I mean, that's the cherry on top for him. Like he wins a championship in Cleveland. Then he goes to the Lakers. I know it was COVID, but he still won a championship there. Like to me, like I know I'm a Jordan guy and Jordan won all those titles with the Bulls, but like if LeBron James could bring a parade to the city of Philadelphia when we haven't had a parade since 1983 with Dr. J and Moses Malone and Andrew Toney and I was a year old, it would be amazing, and I think everybody's just fired up for this. There's excitement. You even see it on the Eagles side with Saquon Barkley saying, "Hey, LeBron, let's golf," and
Yep.
you're gonna see Devontae Smith. The Devontae Smith was a
Ooh.
wonderful basketball player.
Yeah.
He so look, I love the move. I think and the Sixers, Nick Nurse won a championship with the Raptors, and so everybody could say about Embiid and this, but this is a really talented team with Jaylen Brown and VJ Edgecombe and Maxey, and now
Yeah.
you add LeBron James to this, who's he's averaged over 20, I think it was 24 points a game last year. I'm Nick, I'm really, really excited for this pickup
Yeah.
that LeBron picked the Sixers tells you that he thinks the Sixers can win. Um, I thought the Sixers had a legitimate chance to get him, but when push comes to shove, I thought he was gonna maybe go really to Miami or maybe to Cleveland, but
Yeah.
he's a Sixer. I'm really ecstatic about it, and if the Knicks could win the title, anything's possible, and I think the Sixers got a really, really good shot to let's at least hope they could get back to a final, and then let's see what happens.
Well, I
I'm excited, Nick. Go ahead.
have three perspectives to give you because I'm going to give you mine and then Cullen's and then Brian's perspective.
Yeah.
Brian can't be here, but he sent me a message. He told me exactly what to tell you. So first, my perspective is I think this is all too little too late for LeBron James.
Okay.
They wanted LeBron James when he went to the Lakers, and he didn't. Had he gone to the Sixers at that point, they probably would have won 2 or 3 titles. I know there was COVID in there. I get all that.
Right.
His points per game have decreased every year on the year since he joined the Lakers. His assists have gone up, but at a way lower rate than his points. His defending and stuff has pretty much been the same, but he is a 41-year-old man. There is a
Not a lot.
reason. What do you say? What do you say, Noah?
Not a lot of 41-year-olds could play basketball at a high level and still
Yeah,
dominate.
listen, you're so right. I'm 45. I'm 4 years older than LeBron James. I woke up the other day and my knee wouldn't work. Like, we lost Gary's video. I'm gonna have to do Gary and Noah Muppets now. Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay, you're still there, and we're switching
Yeah.
slides.
I don't know what happened.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
we didn't press anything.
There you go. I
All right, that's oh,
And it's
there we go again.
basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Listen,
Anyway, go ahead, Nick.
yeah, I'm 45. I hurt myself going to sleep. He's 41. Father Time wins every battle. You're never going to beat him. There's a reason that we love guys like Bobby Orr and Barry Sanders, right? Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson. We love these guys, right? And everybody considers them as some of the best to ever do whatever it is they're doing. Why?
Right.
Because they stopped in their prime. They reached their prime. They realized, I'm never going to be better than I am right now. And they left. Especially a guy like Barry Sanders. Like, he's the number one. Like, he could have played 5
Calvin
more
Johnson.
years.
Throw Calvin Johnson in there.
Calvin Johnson, right? I wanted to give one football guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
went one from each league. So,
Right.
I think with Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey as your 1-2 punch, with Joel Embiid, whatever he can give you, I felt like they had a better shot of starting to build something. I don't think LeBron James is really going to hurt, except for the media circus that he brings with him. I don't know that he's necessarily going to help, but he could with this kind of supporting cast. Like, this isn't a typical LeBron James builds a super team. This is he's joining a team that's already kind of on the cusp of finally getting over that hump.
I
So,
agree with that. I agree with you.
but I think for the excitement that people are feeling for King James to come to Philadelphia, I think it's too little, too late. I'm like, no, if you didn't have it for us 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I'm not really interested. So that's just me. I'm a ho hum. As soon as the season starts, I'm on board. I'm watching every game, I'm having a good
Yeah.
time. I don't care, right?
Right.
I'm in. I'm a Sixers guy.
Right.
I'm gonna watch.
Right.
Now,
Right.
Cullen agrees with you. Cullen thinks that this is a championship run this year. You're winning a title, and you win a title, he'll come back and you'll win another one. And then you get like a nice back to back Sixers title with LeBron James. He can retire. The Sixers can move on with players that want to go play for the Sixers now because they're a championship pedigree team, because that's what the NBA
Right.
is. Players, good players are now chasing teams that have a good pedigree for winning championships
Right.
or have LeBron James. So you could see a couple guys coming over next year. And Cullen reminds me, he took a 2-year, $8 million deal, which is
Yes.
wild from what he was
That's
making.
why. Yeah.
What did he make last year?
Right.
$56 million last year.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. He was gonna take that minimum deal pretty much from anywhere. But yeah,
my goodness.
that definitely helps the Sixers on the books.
Yeah. So that's me. That's Cullen now.
Love
All right.
19-year-old Cullen.
No, Jameson's 19. Cullen's 16.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he's gonna mess you up. Now watch. All right, now Brian.
Oh boy.
Brian.
Get the popcorn ready.
Yep. I forgot what text thread it was in. Oh, not wildcard. That's you. There it is. Okay. So Brian's opinion is the Sixers are like if you had a friend. Let's call him Todd, right? And
Yes.
Todd always has a story about how he gets the short end of the stick. It's not his fault. He didn't do it. And then he shows up at your house with this gorgeous new car, right?
Yep.
He bought it from some guy. The
Yep.
guy said it was great and it looks great and it sounds great and it runs great. And he is ecstatic. He's so happy and proud. And because we're Todd's friend, we're happy for him and we're proud
Right.
with him, right? Like we love this, right? But in the back of our mind, we're like, well, this is Todd.
Mhm.
But we have to push that aside. Like Todd's a good guy. We love him. We want him to succeed. And then 6 months later, Todd drove his car into a storefront and he didn't have any insurance left. And you're just like, yeah, because Todd, yeah, like, of course he did. Like, we saw that coming. Like, we're never going to mention it to his face, but darn it, Todd, like, again. And so, like, Brian's saying Todd is the Sixers because Todd, our friend, is a loser.
Yeah, I couldn't, I just disagree, Nick. I so disagree with him on so many levels. Like, look, I mean, there's no guarantee they're going to win a championship, right? Like, so when the Eagles did the dream team with Vince Young, I mean, on paper that looked really good, like really good, and their roster was stacked, and it just didn't work out. I know, the Phillies. When the Phillies got Holiday and Lee and Oswald and Hamels, and they had they won that World Series in '08, and then they went
Yeah, I was
back
gonna
and
say,
played
wait a
with the
minute.
Yankees.
You were wait a minute. You were listing these pictures, and I'm like, we won a World Series. What are
Yeah,
you talking
no,
about,
but
Gary?
but they won the World Series in '08. They lose to the Yankees in '09, and then they got the dream rotation, and you thought that was gonna,
Oh,
lead to a title, and it didn't. And, there's no guarantee it's gonna lead to a title, but, like, I mean, you're getting one of the greatest players of all time. Yes, he's not in his prime, and yes, like you said, like, you're not getting LeBron from a couple years ago, but you don't need LeBron to score 50, Nick, right? Like, if this was just LeBron and Embiid, I'm like, this isn't gonna work. But this is LeBron with a Tyrese Maxey in his prime. This is LeBron with a really up and coming player in VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah,
And again, Jaylen Brown, who's like one of the top 5 players in the league.
Mr. Playoff.
Yeah, and I just he would have been the MVP. The Celtics had, because of Jason Tatum being out, they had nothing. Like Jaylen Brown was like all they had. And like I'm just look, is it gonna end in a title? I don't know, but I'll tell you this much. Like again, the Sixers haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals since '01 with Allen Iverson. Like Nick, at the very least, I have them going to Eastern Conference Finals and potentially finals. And I actually really truly believe that, when the Sixers won the title in '83 with Dr. J, like they brought in Moses Malone, and Moses Malone basically put them over the hump. And um I do think there is that possibility there. Like I really just I love this because um LeBron's joining a team that's already good. That's already good. So that's why I feel really good about this. And I haven't been this excited for a free agent, Nick. I was thinking about this today, really since the Eagles. I go back to when the Eagles got T.O. Terrell Owens, and that ended. I know they didn't end with a Super Bowl win, but they still got to the Super Bowl. Now, to Brian's point of like the Sixers are losers or they've been losers, like, look, Nick, like the Jets have been a losing franchise. The Browns have been a losing franchise. But like sports, like they change, right? Like, for example, the Chiefs never won a Super Bowl until Patrick Mahomes arrived. Like the Patriots never won a Super Bowl until Tom Brady came along. Like even the Phillies, like, nobody's a bigger Phillies fan than you and Brian, right? Like the Phillies won the World Series in 1980. Then, like, 81, 82, they made some great runs, but, like, it was a long time of Phillies baseball, Nick, where they were dreadful. They were absolutely dreadful. And so the reason why I'm optimistic with the Sixers is because really they got a new front office. I mean, they got a guy in Bob Myers who he won 4 titles with the Warriors. Um, they got the president of basketball operations was with LeBron in Cleveland and was the assistant GM when Cleveland won their title, and he knows LeBron since high school because LeBron was Mr. Basketball in the state of Ohio, and Mike Gansey, he was the runner up. So like I just think this has the ingredients of something really, really special. Like I can't guarantee you they're gonna win a title, but I do think they're gonna make a deep playoff run. I think this could be really something good, something special, and I see this being more positive than something that blows up in their face. I really do. I could be wrong, but I really think this could be a great thing for them.
All right, I have two things, Gary, before I let you go.
Now go ahead.
One, I know my brother Kyle would not let you get away with comparing any Philadelphia team to the New Jersey Jets. Uh,
Yeah.
Ever. So the what he would say is them's fighting words. Um, no, we don't think it's like that. The Jets are on a different level of losers. The reason Brian calls the Sixers losers is because we expect good things. We expect winning in this town. Like this
Yeah.
town is a big market sports town, and the Jets are just the second team that New York has. So like
And
th-
and
there's
Nick,
really no
we're quite
comparison.
and Nick, quite frankly, like the Sixers haven't had a parade since 1983. Like I hate to me, like that's embarrassing. Like we're talking basketball in the city of Philadelphia,
Yeah. I
right?
mean, dude,
Like
'01,
not Tennessee.
something
Basketball
happened
in
in
Philadelphia
'01.
is a perfect marriage, and that's embarrassing that they haven't
Yeah,
had a title since '83.
yeah. Something happened in '01. That was the year. Allen Iverson is a top 10 basket player of all time. He might be 10, but he's top 10.
Yeah.
And I'm not fighting with anybody about it. I mean, you can fight me about it. You might win because I'm 45, getting hurt for sleeping. But Gary, I have to leave you with this because he goes, my dad, not the guy that left for milk and never came back, but Ron, my stepdad, the real one. He listens to the podcast now, and he will disown me if I don't correct you and let you know that the Kansas City Chiefs won Super Bowl four against the Minnesota Vikings in 1970. So,
Okay. I stand corrected.
uh,
Stand
Ron,
cor- you know.
Ron, I told him, Ron, maybe I have to speak up. Ron, I told him that The Chiefs won. So they have won in 1970. Listen, 1970 is before we were born, so I think you get away with one there, Gar, right? Like,
Right.
it's way before we were born. Uh, but they did win one. So the Eagles got to win a couple more to start moving up this pecking order. We all understand
Nick,
that.
I just I can't believe that, the Sixers went through the process with Sam Hinkie, then they bring in Daryl Morey, and in 56 days, this guy comes in, Mike Gansey, and he's got Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, and a team that can they can at least compete. They could absolutely compete for a title. Like this guy, to quote Anthony Gargano, the great Anthony Gargano, the Philly sports legend, the radio
Because,
legend, like it's because, right? Like this guy could be like Howie Roseman 2.0. You know what
well,
I mean? Like
Kelly thinks that's Howie Roseman in disguise. She thinks Howie
and,
Roseman's
and
giving up the
that's
secrets.
it's exciting. Like it's exciting,
The keys to, oh,
it's
sorry.
like
Kelly thinks that Howie Roseman has given the keys to Hogwarts to this guy because she thinks they're wizards.
I mean, like how exciting was it, Nick, for you this year with Flyers hockey? And yeah, I think the Sixers could be in for for a great season. And I do. I think they could absolutely, at the very least, get to the Eastern Conference Championship, which they haven't done since '01, and potentially get to the finals, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think the end of this summer has a lot of excitement to bring because football's getting started real quick. Um, and your preseason for basketball and hockey are going to start pretty soon. Baseball's getting into playoff season, and Philadelphia sports are taking off, and they are
Nick,
not
in
slowing
your
down.
Nick, in your opinion, I'm gonna ask you this question. This season, right now, we're talking right now this season. Who's closer to a parade on Broad Street, the Eagles or the Sixers?
The Eagles.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, they get a new
Wow,
OC that nobody has tape on. Nobody in the league has any tape on his play calling. You got a new wide receiver tandem. You have Jalen Hurts playing a different kind of game, so that changes how people can play. You got a mostly healthy offensive line, hopefully 100% healthy offensive line. Your only downside is safety, maybe. And speaking of LeBron James, you have guys like Kyle Hamilton asking the question, can I go play in Philadelphia? So the
interesting.
the LeBron James effect is real in that aspect. No, I think the Eagles are closer. I think the Sixers, I think without a starting center, and you will be for most of the season, you're not going to win a championship. You have to have a starting center. And Joel Embiid's just not going to give you the games that you need him to give you. He's not going to give you
Yeah.
45 games. He's going to be gone.
I actually think the Sixers are closer to a parade right now.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you're wrong,
But
buddy.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, like this is newsflash. This is the first time we disagreed.
I know. So I'll tell you
So
what, Gary, I'll bet you on it. I will bet you $1 and a visit up north
sure.
that the Eagles win this year instead of the Sixers. Now, if neither team wins, we're both off the hook. But if I win,
Right.
you got to come down to Philadelphia with Noah and your wife for the day, and we'll go downtown. Go to John's Roast
I
Pork,
mean,
Phillies game maybe, or whoever's playing at the
yeah.
time.
That'd be awesome because then that means the Sixers or the Eagles have another Super Bowl, which would be amazing.
Right. Or the
Um,
Sixers won, and I'm coming up north, whichever.
yeah. Yeah, I just think, and again, we got the Eagles kicking off next week with the training camp. Nick, I think that's for me the big thing. I think the Eagles could be good. The big thing is how good is this new offensive coordinator? Hopefully he's that good. I think it'll take a little time to get adjusted to him. With no AJ Brown, I mean, I know he's a rookie, but let's face it, Nick, we really need a lot out of Makai Lemon this year. Yeah, like you need something out of him.
Yes.
And then to me, I think the Eagles could be really good if obviously if they could stay healthy, if the O line could be healthy, and if Jahad Campbell and the safety if going into year two, if they
Cuba.
could really elevate their game, I think that would be huge for the Eagles. And then you hope that so far Reek Woolen seems good in minicamp, but we'll see when the pads come on. Hopefully he's that good. But man, I am though, Nick. I'm really excited that LeBron's a Sixer, and I haven't been this excited about a free agent coming to Philly since T.O. came in 2004.
I guess I know my stance is usually to disagree with you, but I guess I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Right?
And of
I
course, Roy Halladay, when Halladay came to Philly, that was awesome.
right. So
Bryce Harper.
I I hope that it brings big games and big money and big championships to the city. Of course I do. So I'll remain cautiously optimistic. Cullen,
I
totally
think it
agree with
will,
you.
Nick. I think it will.
Cullen's with you. Brian is not. So I will include Brian in my end of the bet that if the Sixers win a championship this year instead of the Eagles, we're coming up north.
A little north.
Up north,
I
maybe.
mean, either way, it's a win-win because they're winning they win a title, obviously. But
Right. We're
yeah,
not losing. We're winners. We don't
no,
do that, Gary.
right,
All right.
right.
That's all I got. What else do you want to talk about? No, you got anything else?
I mean, I got one question for you.
I'm ready.
How do you feel about LeBron James going to the Sixers?
I I think he brings a circus with him, which is good and bad. So I think it brings a lot of news attention to a city that has lost a lot of attention, but I don't think he's such I just think he's 41. And yeah, you can be a generational player and be incredible, incredible from your teens all the way through your 30s, but you hit those 40s like the day I hit 40, I woke up and said, "Ow." It's just not the same. So I just think it's too late for him to have such an impact, but I do think the team is like right there with the guys they have now and adding a LeBron James brings a little bit of excitement, it brings a little bit of positivity that can take a good team and make it a little bit greater. So like there are intangibles there that help. The only thing that I will hate, and I think a lot of Philly fans will hate, is the old school LeBron flop. Nobody here is going to like that. We're all going to hate it. We hate looking at it now. We all make fun of it. All this getting touched and falling to the ground and crying and holding things that didn't get hit. Right. We are not down with that. He's got to lock that up. He's just got to lock it up. And I think he's smart enough to know it won't go over in Philadelphia, but I am not looking forward to him getting touched in the hand and falling on the ground, grabbing his leg. This ain't soccer, people, okay? It's basketball. It's
And I don't,
slightly
Nick. I don't think there's, believe it or not, man. I don't think there's gonna be this whole media circus with him. I really don't.
oh, you're insane.
It, and I would just, I, don't- I, to me, I remember when Tebow joined the Eagles, and no, I do, man. I think this is a great. I just can't believe he signed with the Sixers. And I think, I think you hit it, Nick. Like, this isn't where LeBron needs to be the guy, right? Or like, but he's helping out a team that's already good. And like again, like,
Yeah.
people might think, oh, LeBron's the missing link to put them over the hump. Maybe, but
It's a
I think
way
Jalen Brown's the biggest piece of this whole thing.
he absolutely is. It's a way for LeBron James to kind of glom on to something that's working because you got Jalen Brown and a young core besides Embiid. And for him to
And
glom on and win, and then his legacy could be, look what I did. I even went to the Sixers and won.
right,
And
and again, credit to Maxey and Gamzee and all these guys who recruited and were able to land, to land them. And I think, if LeBron didn't think he could win a title here, he wouldn't have signed here. So, like again, everybody's got their opinion, but I'm really excited about this. And
Noah, Noah, try to help your dad to like rein in his expectations. Okay. For the Sixers, not every other Philly team, like to the moon, but just help him to just USA, rein it in a little bit because
Usa.
what we don't want is him disappointed. Okay. We just, we just want to watch some fun games. So
And
why?
actually, Nick, I think you're even a little higher on the Eagles right now than I am.
I think I'm a lot higher on the Eagles than you are.
Yeah.
Look at this room. Look at this room. Hold on. Stop.
Nick, if you can guarantee me, Nick, all you got to do is guarantee me one thing. If you could guarantee me that the Eagles will be healthy and specifically that offensive line will be dominant. If they will be a top 5 offensive line, Nick, the Eagles are going to be really, really good. I don't know what you're going to get out of that offensive line after what I saw last year.
I can never guarantee that they're healthy, but if they are, I guarantee you the latter, that they will be dominant. Because if they're healthy, there's no chance they won't be. From your tackles on in, these guys are monsters. I mean, not Tyler Steen. Who's our guard? Do we have a guard?
Well,
Go back-
your
go
one
back
guard
to-
is going to be Steen. Your one
uh,
guard is going to be Steen, and if he's healthy, your other guard's going to be Dickerson.
yeah, never mind.
You know.
I hate Tyler Steen.
You know what, Nick? You know what's crazy about last year's team was, to me at least, that offensive line did a really, really good job when it came to pass blocking,
Yeah,
but their run blocking was atrocious, and you'd think that would be the other way around, right?
because but that's only because it was so predictive. Right? So it was so
Yeah,
predictable. So anyway,
yeah.
let's talk Eagles next week. Let's bask
Yeah.
in the signing of LeBron James. And then
Absolutely, absolutely.
next week when it turns out he really did sign with Miami, we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no. All right.
One more time, Noah. Kudos on the World Cup pick. Way to go. Way to pick it. Noah picks the winner. So Noah, when we need the winner for the next playoff run, we're coming to you and we're putting money on it. So you better be right.
Or even at 2 years for the women's. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah, he'll give you his women's pick in 2 years.
it's USA. Don't worry about it. I know it. All right, it's fine.
mm,
Oh, he's not sure. Let's wait until we're closer and you give us your real pick. Otherwise, we'll get on soon. And as we lead up to any soccer, women's, men's World Cup, we'll get you on. All right, buddy?
Yep.
All right. Thanks for coming with us. Let's kick out at 2.
Sounds good.
That's a kick out at 2.